So here we have the Nissan Qashqai 1.6 360 on a 13 plate. I'm going to show you around the outside of the car first of all, and then we'll hop in and I'll run through a few controls on the inside. But as you'll see from the outside, it's a 5-door car with those lovely big alloy wheels and tinted windows around the rear. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll notice there's no reversing sensors. That's because this car, the 360, gets its name from the 360 parking camera that it's got, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. But as you'll see, you get plenty of boot space, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of this car now, and then we'll hop in and run through a few controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of it, you can see it's in great condition. A really lovely looking car. Just briefly before I climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. You've got part leather seats. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, including that 360 camera, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left hand side we've got the rev counter, and on the right hand side the speedometer with the fuel gauge directly beneath that. And then in the centre we've got a trip computer, which includes the total miles on this car, which are only 27,279, so very low mileage. You can change the information that's displayed up there by pushing one of the buttons on the left hand side of the steering wheel, which is this one just here. In terms of the other controls, you've got stereo controls here. You can go through and listen to the various, or change the various different sources of music by hitting that button and round in a loop. It will take you through radio and all those other bits, which I'll show you in a sec. And on this side, we've got cruise control with speed limiter as well. The main stereo unit over in the centre here houses the FM AM radio, as well as a CD player. You have got the ability to listen to music via an auxiliary and USB plug-in as well. And as I've mentioned a couple of times, one of the main features on this car is the 360 parking camera that you can see there. So on the right hand side we've got the reversing camera, and on the left hand side we have a bird's eye view of this car. So you can see on that bird's eye view that I'm parked alongside the spaces to the left of me. It makes it very, very easy to get this car into a space where there's other cars, or it's very tight, particularly small driveways, those sorts of things. So really, really useful feature on this car. We've also got satellite navigation as well, and the ability to pair up a phone and make and receive phone calls via Bluetooth. Working our way down, we've got the dual zone climate control, so you adjust the temperature independently on each side of the car. The fan speed is adjustable just here. That button will turn the air conditioning on, or you can hit auto and the car will maintain those temperatures for you by taking control of the fan speed by itself, as you can see it doing now. You can override that simply by overriding the fans themselves, and you can determine where you would like the air to blow within the car just there. Underneath that we have a 12-volt charging socket, the manual gearbox 5-speed, and then all the way back in the central armrest we've got the auxiliary and USB input just there. So the last thing I want to talk about is this button just here. That will open the panoramic roof. You can see there's a blind there at the moment. If I hit that button, it reveals a massive glass panoramic roof. This one doesn't open. It is literally just the glass roof, but it lets in a huge amount of light. I mean, that goes all the way back to the back of the rear seats. As you can see, lets in a huge, huge amount of light. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.